5 goals, 2 of them from teenagers. The team you hold up as the benchmark, soundly beaten. I mean, the days come much better than this.
Yeah, it's a great day for us, obviously, especially with the necessity that we had to win the game to sustain the pressure up there. And the manner that we've done it, obviously, really, really pleased. You need everything in these games. There are moments that we were very dominant, moments that we had to suffer and be deep, moments that we need a bit of luck, and we had it. But overall, obviously, a very happy day.
Was the way you pressed them, the way you squeezed them, certainly for the first 2 goals, absolutely key to your success today?
Yeah, there are moments in the game that you can have those ones. And
absolutely key to your success today?
Yeah, there are moments in the game that you can have those ones, and sometimes you are very willing to press them, and they are that good that is very difficult. And they hold you very, very deep. And on those moments, you have to suffer. And as I said, sometimes be a bit lucky. But overall, I think we scored some beautiful goals in different manners, and the team showed a really high competitive level.
You spoke before the match about micro games or micro decisions, little details that might decide it. What were those details that decided today?
It's a really thin line. You know, you go on high press and you win it, great. You hold the ball after winning it, great. If not, you defend your box, you know. And it's a team that demands you everything because they are so good. And we'll have those margins. Today they went our way.
So the few seconds it was 1-1. Quite anxious at that point?
Yes, obviously, because obviously that gives them momentum. And we had in that period as well, we were deep for 4 or 5, 6 minutes in a row. We didn't defend the ball in the box that well, and then they have this quality. Obviously, you know, when you allow Haaland in the space in the box, he's capable of doing that.
I mentioned your teenagers, particularly Miles Lewis-Skelly today. How do you feel for him, especially after what he went through last weekend?
Yeah, you need big individual performances against this team to beat them in the manner that we've done, and Miles was certainly one of them. The maturity that he showed, the competitiveness as well. On top of that, he scores a goal, probably is not in the books. Great, and Ethan comes in again and he plays with that personality again, and he's got a beautiful goal.
With Miles, just tell us a bit about his journey. I've heard you talk about it a little bit in your press conference. You saw him and he was a midfielder. How have you got him ready for this team, and how has he got himself ready for this team?
It's him. He's been pushing us since he's been with us. We really like the character, the personality. He's got so much courage. He's very well prepared. He's very intelligent, and he's got qualities that fit in the way we want to play. And then he earned the right to, and he's asking for more. And when the competition is high, he deserves to play.
What did you make of the spirit today's game was played in? There was maybe a few moments where it looked like it might spill over, but I guess you'd expect a bit of that between 2 big rivals at the top of the Premier League. And I think you've just walked towards your interview, you and Pep together, so all seems well.
You have to. I mean, you're going to suffer in periods of the game, you know that. And we did it when we had to do it, again, with a bit of luck in the right moments. And then we have the opportunity to win the game and be ruthless. Today we were.
OK, so it's been a Sunday to celebrate for Arsenal fans. Might it be a Monday to celebrate for Arsenal fans as well with what you do in the transfer market? How likely is something, Mikel?
I don't know.
11 o'clock tomorrow night. Let's then look through the 6 goals and the key incidents of this game here at the Emirates this afternoon, starting with Arsenal flying out to the traps. Did this almost set the tone? Do we see Arsenal's game plan right here?
Yeah, we know Arsenal like to press and leave numbers up, but again, John Stones, Candy's really got nowhere to go. It's a bad mistake, and then they get punished from it. And I'm just thinking, use your brains a little bit. You know what Arsenal want to press and sort of make a trap for you, and then he's got no option. Takes a bad touch.
What about that from Declan Rice? That little bounce
that's what you love, don't you, Jim? The one time
the pre-assist.
I thought the pass was fantastic. It's not a 60-yard pass, but how quickly he has to react and open his foot up as it comes to me. He just opens the face of his foot up, puts it perfectly weighted to Kai Havertz, and then he has a decision to make. Is he going to take the shot? Is he going to make the pass? Whatever we think, he made the right decision because Odegaard puts it in the back of the net.
For just his second of the season, and of course that put a bit of a spring in his step as well, Martin Odegaard, who would have wanted a few more goals for his return this season so far. Into the second half, the equaliser, Thierry, after we'd criticised Haaland for his lack of involvement really at half-time.
But it's not a criticism, that's what he does. He doesn't move a lot.
What about the quality of this finish?
The cross also. Because if that cross doesn't come that way, he won't have the time to go in front of Saliba now to be able to attack it. And so he did ever so well to guide that to to where the ball was coming from, and you have to give him his credit. But for me, whether he scores or he doesn't score, more often than not, away from home, that's the game he gives you.
It's the strangest, though, of it. He scores a
That's a
brilliant
great
header
goal.
like that.
You have to give him that. That's
55 minutes on the clock, and he touches the ball just once more in the rest of the game. He made more fouls than touches from 55 minutes to the final whistle,
Yeah,
which seems extraordinary.
Why are you surprised? That's what he does. That's how he plays.
That is how he plays. And listen, we've done that a lot, that analysis in terms of how many touches and minutes. But the fact he scored the ball one more time between then and the end of the game. So in the first half, he went 37 minutes without touching the ball. So in the second half, he's done exactly the same. I think if you're a young kid playing football and you went that long without touching a ball, I don't think you'd play again. It'd put you off. No, what I'm saying is, if you were a young kid playing football, you didn't touch the ball for over half an hour, you're thinking, this is not the game for me. It's like people who stop playing cricket because they get put at third man all day. You know, it's like, what am I doing here? It's like, I'm not even touching the ball. I'm not even involved in the game.
Whose responsibility is it? Is it the striker's responsibility to get more involved, or is it the team to get him involved?
First and foremost, you have to give him his credit because it is a skill. I wouldn't have been able to cope with it. If I didn't touch the ball, it would have been... I mean, something would have happened. I don't care, something would have happened. I would have gone and get it and do something, touch it, at least bounce it back or do something. What I'm trying to say is that...
These are all of his touches, Thierry, in the game.
I always say it's a skill. David Trezeguet had it. You know, they concentrate. Even if they don't touch the ball, they can still put the ball in the back of the net. But I always say, what can you do when your team cannot help you? Can you hold the ball? Can you run into the channel? Can you be available when we are on the ball? I can understand sometimes that the number 9 or a winger or a 10 or a guy that's good on the ball is not making any effort to defend. I'm saying I can understand in bracket, understand me well. But you're also not moving so much when your team is on the ball and not taking care of the ball and securing the ball. It's not enough, but he will score. He will score even when he plays like that, and he did.
Those were all his touches in the game.
These aren't completed passes as well. I think he lost half of them. You know, we must say that. Do you think what we're looking at there, that stops him ever being the best player in the world, if you like? So when I think of you, you're a great goal scorer, but you'd say you're a great player. You can be up there with the best players in the world. Maybe Mbappe as well. He's a goal scorer, but he does a lot more. Would you ever describe someone who was just a goal scorer as one of the best players in the world? Can you ever win the Ballon d'Or?
Look, you had guys in history that were known as goal scorers.
But were they ever the best player in the world?
Yep, okay, but you still need to be able to hold the ball. You know, was Alan Shearer a guy that was going to go down the line and step over people, but he could hold the ball and pass it back. David Trezeguet flick it back, go to the box and do what he has to do. Look, if people can challenge Mbappe for not holding the ball well at Real Madrid, they can surely challenge Haaland.
Do you think he will change?
No.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He's not in the team. He's not in the team for that. He's brought in a team to run him behind. What they're saying is totally right. But the thing is, from my point of view, he's got to be aggressive. You see them, Saliba bullying him. You've seen the size of him. I've seen him, I think it was Dunk a couple of seasons ago, barge him off the ball, really use his strength. But he's not even doing that. That is my concern. I don't expect Haaland to be delicate and do one touch and two touch passing because that's not his game. They brought in Mamouche, sort of played off each other today. He will be more delicate, but I expect him to use his frame more. That, as a defender, he's making it too easy for me at this moment in time. If you go really tight, he loses the ball. If you give him time, he needs to figure out how best to use him in this team.
Can I ask you one question? We've seen some great teams with Pep Guardiola with different strikers. Do you think this Man City team are better than the Manchester City teams before that had Haaland or without Haaland? Is this a better Manchester City team with him in it?
It's debatable. They won a treble with him. So they didn't win a treble without him before. So people will go, yes, not. I think the whole team as a whole is dropping, not only Haaland. And we all know that Haaland will suffer if his team is not dominating the game. It will be less effective than the guy that can run in beyond or can run into the channel. But if his team is dominating, we all know he's going to score a goal at will. But to go back to a point, whether if you are a goal scorer or not a goal scorer, or you hold the ball well or you don't hold the ball well, when you are 1v1 with a centre-back in the middle of the park, and one centre-back left the field, mispass the ball with the left-back and him being out of position, you don't...
Pep, obviously a very difficult game to try and digest everything that happened, particularly in the second half to you.
No, the game, only I regret the last 20, 25 minutes that we forgot to do what we should do, what we have done during 60, 65, 70 minutes. So, of course, it's a difficult game starting the stadium against that team in the first minutes, and happened many times this season. But after 10, 15 minutes, I think we took the game and played really, 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 really good. And we are in the season like after 1-1 and good momentum with a pass to make the transition with Omar and deflection and the third goal. But after that, we then continue to do what you have to do in terms defensively and a little bit more patient, because when we play in that way, they can run. And of course, with 3-1, they are more comfortable. It's more difficult. So I regret the last 50, 20 minutes. The rest was a really good game for our side. It's difficult to understand when you see the result, but this is my feeling.
Obviously, the first goal of the game coming so early in the game from a defensive error, similar to last weekend against Chelsea in a way. It's not a great start when you're in this environment against such a good team.
Well, it's happened all season. We are giving away too many things. Still, we are not aware. We talk, but we are not aware with this. Cannot happen. It happened. So good, and when the ball we were, quite threat, but unfortunately after the second, it happened again many times. We had momentum for deflection, and in other situations we conceded goals.
Obviously, it's a big deflection on the second goal, and coming so soon after Erling had equalised, it's a bit of luck for them, and it's a key moment in the game.
Definitely. But you have to overcome. But you cannot lose the control. It's 95 minutes, so we cannot finish in the way we play. We could have scored 3 more. So the team always has to be stable. It doesn't matter what happened in knockout games. So in the first situation, we lose what you have to do. It's so difficult.
He's very honest there, Joe.
لاعب مكسيكي أشعل الألعاب النارية خلال المؤتمر الصحفي لفريقه. أحد لاعبي فريق شيغاس أشعل الألعاب النارية وألقاها داخل قاعة المؤتمرات الصحفية في وادي الحجارة. صبت وسائل الإعلام المكسيكية جم غضبها على روبرتو الفارادو جناح تشيفاس بعدما أشعل ألعاب نارية خلال المؤتمر الصحفي للنادي في محاولة للمزاح، واعتبرت هذا التصرف غير لائق وغادرت القاعة احتجاجا. وقد أشعل الفارادو ألعاب النارية وألقاها داخل قاعة المؤتمرات الصحفية في وادي الحجارة ليتهمه صحفي بتعريض حياته من الخطر. وكتبت الصحفية كارينا هيريرا على منصة إكس للتواصل الاجتماعي: إن ما حدث في تشيفاز اليوم أمر لا يصدق. خلال ما يقرب من 15 عاما من تغطية أخبار الفريق لم يحدث هذا أبدا. لم تكن مزحة كما يزعمون. أشعلوا ألعاب النار على باب القاعة بينما كان الجميع في الداخل. وشارك مراسلون آخرون صور ومقاطع فيديو لهذه الألعاب النارية، وقالوا إنها أصابت مصورا في ساقه. بعد انفجار الألعاب النارية طلب اللاعبان خوسي كاستيلو وفرناندو بلارتران من الجميع التزام الهدوء. وانتشرت القصة على مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي، وأعلن الفارادو مسؤوليته عن هذه الخدعة واعتذر منها. وقال اللاعب إنه لم يكن ينوي إشعال الألعاب النارية في قاعة المؤتمرات الصحفية، لأن الأمر كان مزحا مع زملائه في الفريق. وعاد بعض المراسلين في وقت لاحق إلى القاعة على الرغم من أن الصحافة المحلية أدانت بشدة تصرف اللاعب لتزيد الانتقادات التي يتعرض لها الفريق بعد الأداء السيء أيضا في الدوري هذا الموسم، والذي تركهم في المركز العاشر.